Well, good morning guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all well. Look at that view behind me, that lake. Let me show you guys. It's a very calm, peaceful morning. There's the odd jogger around. The odd dog walker. That is about it. Some of you guys who've seen my older videos may well have seen this place before. I did an outdoor vlog style video with the drone flight at the end of it. Just want to show you this bit. How wild does that look? I'm at a location called Bracebridge. This is the Bracebridge Lake. And there is Bracebridge Cafe, restaurant. I think it's a restaurant or a bistro. Well, yeah, they're all setting up for today. Now, the reason I've come here is I've been reading a little bit about this place. That's something I never knew. Around about 500 years ago, yes, long time, King Henry VIII used this building. Let me see if I can get a little bit higher up there. He used this building as a hunting lodge. And turn the camera around again. There we go. He used this building as a hunting lodge, and this part of Sutton Park where I'm at, he did he's hunting, obviously. Oh, hello. Let's have a little hello to the ducks. Good morning, duckies. Hello. Jump. Yeah, basically what happened was he was in London, and there is I think it was called the Bishop of VIII. I don't know if I pronounced that right. VIII, the Bishop of VIII. He invited King Henry VIII up here to Sutton Park because apparently he had inherited this park or part of this park from his father, who was King Henry VII. But he had never been here before. So as I say, he let's see if we get a shot of the restaurant from this angle. A bit hidden by the trees there, but yeah. And what happened was he was out hunting, and let's have a little wander in these woods. He was out hunting for a deer. There was wild boar in these woods at the time. Unfortunately, we don't have such things like that anymore. And that was back in, look at that, back in, I believe, 1970, I don't know, 73, 1976. I believe it was the owners of that restaurant saw the apparition of Henry VIII peering through the window in all his glory, with his typical clothing that you would see him wearing. And at some part, I believe the wooded area over the back there, he was out on his horse hunting. I don't think it would have been this area. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm thinking hunting on a horse in here would probably be a little bit awkward. I don't know, could be wrong, because it goes down in parts quite steep. As you can see down here, obviously there's access to this area from many other parts, but you wouldn't get down there on a horse without the horse struggling. But obviously at the back there, where I parked the car, way beyond in front of me there, obviously you get access there. But to my right, although as thick as it is there, it doesn't go on too far before it opens out into sort of a heathland. Whereas in front of me here, which is behind the restaurant, is a thick, dense, wooded area. And the time has slipped my mind, the date. It might have been the 70s, it might have been the 1980s. There were some young lads on the bikes in this area, and they saw a big fat man, as they described it, on his horse, wearing funny clothes with tight leggings kind of thing, and a three-way pointed hat. Now, what's your stereotypical kind of picture of Henry VIII? So yeah, they believe they saw the apparition, the spirit, the ghost of Henry VIII in this area. And as I say, I've been here many times before, and I never even heard of the story until recently. So I'm going to try and communicate with Henry VIII. And yeah, I'm hoping that something comes through. You just never know. So what I'm going to do is, there's not many people around, but I'm going to go into this little bit of an area here. Step over this massive tree. And why not just do a little call out in this area? Rumour has it, King Henry VIII, you used this land to go hunting. Do you still visit this area? Come forward and talk to me. I would imagine this area would have been used quite a lot. The restaurant, or his hunting lodge at the time, would have been there. But this area here, could you imagine just coming out in the early mornings and coming for a walk just down right by the lake? All this area here. Obviously the benches wouldn't have been there, but there would have been something for him to sit on. Him and one of his, or all of his 6 wives. But yes, calling out for the spirit of Henry VIII. You used this place, you used the restaurant that it is now as your hunting lodge. There is some background noise, guys. There's some work going on, and wildlife. It's just the people setting up for today and banging and clattering every now and again. Oh, yeah. Henry VIII. Or do you prefer to be called King Henry? Come forward and show yourself. You've been known to show yourself to people in here before. You were staring at somebody through the window of your hunting lodge. And you've been seen riding your horse in this area. King Henry, King Henry, King Henry. I read that your one true love was Jane Seymour. The reason being, she was the only one of your wives who gave you a son. You didn't really care much for your other wives, did you? Having the heads of your wives chopped off. Do you not think at the time that, well, I don't know at the time, but right now, seems a bit extreme punishment, isn't it? I mean, what did your wives do that was so bad that you had the heads cut off? You had them locked up in the Tower of London. Apparently they cheated on you. King Henry, you said to roam this area. Do you roam this area just by yourself, or are there other spirits in here that come with you? If you are in this area with me now, why don't you not come forward? And this device in my right hand, if you touch my hand or the device in my hand, you'll make the lights go up to orange, green, orange, yellow, red. If you're strong enough, you were a big strong man, weren't you? Make them go up to red if you're here. Or if you're not so strong these days, just make them flicker. Use my energy. And touch this device, come on. Show me that you're here. Or any other spirits in this area, show me that you're here. The annoying noise pollution of aircraft above, once again. Are you going to make this device light? Are you going to make the lights flash? Make it go to orange, yellow, orange or red? Come on, you can do it. Maybe he hasn't got the strength to do it now. Maybe he doesn't wander this area anymore. From 30 or 40 years ago, it was a long time since the last sighting, allegedly the last sighting. I think what I'm going to do is turn this off for now, and I'm going to move to a slightly different location, just where the restaurant is. There's a path that veers to the right there, back to the car park area. However, there's a wooded area, and I'll go and investigate in there and see what we can find. What a view, guys, eh? I guess this area here would have been more accessible on horseback, although probably not as thick and dense as it is now. No car parks there back in the day. This is the back of the restaurant there. Now he's hunting lodge, close by the lake, close by these woods. Now this is the part that I was thinking is more probable, where Henry VIII would have done his hunting. And looking at the ground, it's still frequented by horses, and also in these woods live wild ponies. Again, in one of my previous videos, it was just an outdoor vlog style, but I was here with my daughter. We went for a wander back where we just was before there, and down by where the cars are parked, and we found some wild ponies, which was pretty cool. Ew. It's a good job I've got my boots on. Man. This is not looking too pretty. There we are. Pathway to the right, or this left path. Just briefly turn the camera off there to let the dog walkers past. Being on the main pathway, I'm going to see a lot of dog walkers, so what I'm going to do is head into the wooded area here and switch back to the GoPro because it's quite thick. Now if I continue that way, I'm going to head back to the inaccessible part of the area that is close by the shoreline of the lake. And this part looks too thick. This part takes me back to the pathway. It's all trial and error. Never been in this part before, I don't think. Now, briefly, a little bit further on, where we saw some donkeys. But this place, just look at it, man. 500 years ago, when you had the right to get your own bow and arrow and hunt deer, wild boar. And then the government decided to say that it's now illegal to do that, when it's still practiced in many parts of the world. No hunting allowed in the UK. Well, you can, but there's a lot of red tape. Do you know what? I was going to go up there, but something attracts me to get down here. I don't know if I'm going to encounter other people, but what I want to do is encounter the paranormal. So, calling out in this area, are there any spirits that reside in these woods? Are there any spirits that just frequently visit these woods? And the spirit of King Henry VIII, do you frequent these woods? Another little story about Henry VIII. He was in this area somewhere. He was on his horse, and allegedly he was hunting with a spear, a bow and arrow and a spear, and on his horseback he threw a spear and he hit a wild boar, but the wild boar wasn't killed instantly, and obviously it's wriggling in pain on the ground and it's very upset. And what happened was, the whole commotion spooked Henry's horse, and it reared up on its back legs and threw Henry to the ground. And what happened was, he became very, very vulnerable, and the wild boar basically was approaching Henry to attack him. And those wild boar have got some nasty teeth on them and they're quite aggressive. So basically, a woman out of nowhere, I believe, because this was private land, she was poaching initially whatever wildlife she was after, whether it be deer, boar, rabbit, pheasant. But basically, she was in the trees, and she came out, drew a bow, and shot the wild boar, killed it. Initially, So doing that, she saved his life, basically. Now either she's a dog walker by profession, or she's very lucky to own all those dogs. So yes, basically what happened was she came out, yeah, she shot the wild boar, saved King Henry's life, and as a reward, he did reward her, but I can't remember exactly. It was something to do with the town of Sutton Coldfield. He let, I think he let the town earn money, basically by like hunting and stuff like that. I can't remember the full story, but he did reward the town. So some of you who might know the town of Sutton Coldfield, it's also known as the Royal Town of Sutton Coldfield, and that's how it became that name, because of Henry VIII. Some parts of that story I've just said could be, might need fact checking, but I'm just going back memory from what I read. So yes, Henry VIII, if you're here, come and talk to me. Why don't you not come forward and talk into this device in my hand? Tell you what I'll do. Get the old spirit talker out, eh?
Mood.
The first word that comes up is mood.
Tell people my story.
Wow, I just did. I just told you guys the story.
The bench.
I've just been to a bench, because what happened was my other camera that's down here, stupidly I left the memory card at home. I didn't double check, but fortunately I have a spare one that I carry. So I went to the bench to insert the memory card. King Henry VIII. Are you here with me? Bishop VIII, you were from this area. Do you reside in this area as well? Do you come here with King Henry? Do you come here with King Henry? Do you come here with King Henry?
There's two of us.
There's two of us. Is that King Henry and the Bishop VIII? Or is it somebody else that's here? Whoever I'm talking to, I just want you to know that you have my full respect. Planes in the sky again. Let me just turn this light back off again, now that I'm out of the wooded area. Yes, you have my full respect. I don't mean, I am not here to disrespect you. My name is Dave.
Kevin.
I was just about to say, what's your name? Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Kevin, what's your story here? Is there a reason why you reside in this area? Why have I got phone notifications? It's on aeroplane mode. Weird. Yes, Kevin? Are you in any way connected to Henry VIII? If any of you guys see anything in these woods, or if you hear anything, drop a comment below with a timestamp if you can. Kevin, are you still with me? Do you want to come and show yourself?
I'm not aggressive.
Well, that's good to know. I'm not aggressive either. I'm not an angry person. I'm not here to ridicule you. I'm not here to disrespect you. You have my full respect. I'm only here to communicate. I want to talk to you. If you are willing to talk to me, you can come and show yourself right in front of me or in front of this camera.
They will harm you.
They will harm you. Who's going to harm me? Wild boar? Other people? Bad spirits? Could you elaborate on that and tell me more? Who will harm me? Very peaceful in this part.
Wife.
Wife? I'm open to offers. I'm single. Wife? One of Henry VIII's wives? Did he bring one of his wives here? Or somebody else's wife? I'm more intrigued on why it says they will harm you. Who's going to harm me? How about you come and show yourself so I can see that you're still here?
I trust you.
Well, thank you. And I have no reason not to distrust you. I'm very, very open-minded when it comes to the paranormal, the spirit world. You can safely show yourself to me, or show yourself on this camera, or just communicate. Maybe even just talk to the camera. There's a microphone, although you might not be sure what that is. That's something to pick your voice up. You can talk to that on this device in my right hand. And if you talk to it, it'll pick up your voice. So come forward and talk to me, please. Guys, that's just the sound of a lady walking a doggy behind me.
We're hiding.
You're hiding. Don't hide. Come out. That's what I'm here for.
Frustration.
Believe me, you don't know the half of it. The frustration that goes through someone that does paranormal investigation. You have the frustration of wanting someone to come forward to show themselves, and you have the frustration of showing the non-believers to believe. That's my frustration. But if you want to elaborate on your own frustration, I'm in the middle of a wood. I'm now by myself. Whoa, I just saw a figure on the, what's that?
Listen to my voice.
Okay. Just saw a shadow figure. Peripheral vision, that's the word I was looking for. Sorry, it's still early. I've only had one coffee. My peripheral vision, for a second there, I just saw quite a tall figure. I'm listening for your voice. Please, this device on my right hand.
Stacy.
Stacy. I don't think Stacy is an old name, is it? Hello, Stacy. Another aeroplane. Why don't you not step forward from these trees into in this wooded area and come and talk to me?
Join us.
Join us. I would like to join you. If you come forward and show yourself so I can see you, I'll come and join you. Now I see a white light through these trees here. Now what's that? I don't know if the cameras can pick that up. To be honest, I think that is reflection of sunlight. I think. I'll tell you what though, when the plane has passed over, this place is deadly quiet. I love it. So I'm here to join you. If you come forward. King Henry, do you still reside in this area?
Scarlet.
Scarlet. That's probably an old name, isn't it? Scarlet. I kind of like that name. Okay, that's loud person with a bit of music. They're joggers. Noise pollution.
Had enough.
You've had enough. Do you know what? I'm just thinking I'm going to relocate. So I've just seen that figure again. Man, right, I was just about to say I'm going to relocate. But I've seen that figure for a second time now, so right, I'm going over here. Right, whoever you are, whatever you are, I've seen you twice now. Come forward and show yourself on this camera, please. Right, this is where I saw the figure, right where I'm stood now. And typically, you stand in the area, you call out, and they don't want to show themselves.
Filming.
Filming. Yes, I am filming. I'm trying to document any spirits that wander here. I'm trying to document anybody's story that's willing to come forward and talk to me. Talk into this device. Show yourself. Show yourself to me. I think 100% spirits show themselves to you on their terms. Very, very few. Devil. I'm not really here to communicate with the devil. Although I'm open to offers. If you want to come forward, if the devil wants to come forward and talk to me, why not? I'm here to communicate with anybody that wants to talk to me, but I want to talk to King Henry VIII.
Fred.
And Fred. Well guys, I've just relocated to a different part of this park. Basically behind me is the entrance, and it's about it's probably about 3/4 of a mile drive to where I just was. Just heading into this wooded area here, which is still part of Henry VIII's hunting ground. Once again, many dog walkers, joggers. Hopefully we won't encounter too many people. It's the paranormal I want to encounter. That's what I'm here for. The sun is coming out now a little bit more, and it's making for a beautiful morning. So I think the best thing is if I stick to the wooded areas, get off these paths, there's a chance that an encounter with a person will be very unlikely, hopefully. So why don't I not just go in there? If you could just imagine 500 years ago, a lot of these trees wouldn't have been here. Replaced now by other trees that have since died. Although Some of these trees would have still been here, I would have thought. Particularly the old oak trees. This tree here, just before it starts branching off at the top of the trunk, I get the impression it's got a face. It looks like there's a face on there. Whether you guys can pick that up or not. Let's get a bit closer and have a look. What I'm trying to say is, you got an eyeball, a nose, and either a mouth or a chin area. You get back. Faces in a tree. But what I want to see is spirits in the woods. Calling out if there's any spirits in this area. I want to communicate with King Henry VIII, or even his wives. I'm going to try something. Just bear with me 1 second, guys. Right, guys, a lot of paranormal investigators sometimes bring trigger objects with them, and I thought I'd try something slightly different. It's a trigger, it's not an object, but it's a trigger device, I'm hoping. And basically, a lot of you might know that King Henry VIII apparently was a very intelligent person. He was a very good composer. So I'm going to play one of the musics he's written as a, it's not as a, it's a trigger device, I suppose. But let's try it. You never know. It's just one of them new things I just want to do. Well guys, let's see if that's worked. I'm calling on the spirit of Henry VIII. Again, I'm still here. Come forward and talk to me. Do you still show yourself in this area? This woodland where you used to haunt? Where you used to hunt on horseback? Surely you remember the incident where you hit the wild boar, your horse reared up, and you fell off the horse. Now that boar was going to attack you, wasn't it? But I was a young, pretty lady, came out of nowhere and saved your life. She shot that boar, didn't she, with a bow and arrow? And you were forever grateful. And you were forever grateful. And you were forever grateful. Can you remember that? Are you still grateful for that event? If you are, please, I'd love to see you in person. Show yourself. I've seen many waxworks figures of you in castles and museums, but I'd love to see you in person.
The.
It's just come up the word the, but pronounced the. As in the old style talking. Come hither thee. Maybe I should talk like that. Your Majesty, King Henry, come hither and show thyself to thee. You got to try it. Don't knock it till you try it. Is the Bishop VIII around this area still? Look, I'm all alone. I mean no disrespect to anybody that I try to communicate with. Anybody wants to come forward.
Trust.
And you need trust. Believe me when I tell you, you can trust me. You trust me, I'll trust you. Could you imagine back in the day, you're in this wooded area, you decide to go with your bow and arrow and you want to hunt for a deer or a wild boar, just to bring food to the table for your family. You're hiding in the trees and the king just happens to pass by on his horse, and crazy incidents. Come on, come forward, any spirits. If you don't want to show yourself, or you have no power to show yourself, try using my energy and come forward. At least talk into
Crime.
this device. A crime. What was the crime? Poaching? trespass. I guess you can't be in many places at once, but can you in the spirit world? I mean, King Henry, if you're here and you can hear me, many occasions you've been seen in Hampton Court Palace, which is one of the palaces where you live. You're agitated. Well, can you show yourself from Hampton Court Palace to any of the other palaces into the woodlands, particularly this woodland? You own some of this. His woodland, his property. Could you elaborate on that? One thing, guys, I'll tell you, in this place, hopefully I haven't spoken too soon, is no litter.
Nell.
Nell. N-E-L-L. Nell. Is that a name? I don't know. Yeah, one thing, hopefully I haven't spoken too soon, but I've seen no litter. And yeah, we're just getting through winter, we're just coming into spring, so that could all change, the warmer nights, but normally somewhere you'll see a bunch of litter.
I like to talk.
In cans and bottles of beer and stuff, but it's all nice and clean. So you like to talk? I like to talk as well. Sometimes I like to talk to I like the sound of my own voice. Don't particularly talk to myself, but sometimes I feel like I am. Unless you want to come and talk to me.
Invoke.
Invoke. Ooh, there we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let me invoke you. I'm in a nice big thick part of this wooded area here, so I can't run. I won't be scared if I see you. Just show yourself. Come forward. We'll have a nice full conversation. This story that I told about Henry VIII falling off his horse. His life was saved by the pretty maiden with a bow and arrow. If I've got any of that wrong, how about you come forward and tell me? Or tell me that I was right.
Help.
Okay, how can I help you? Are you stuck here? Do you need help to move on? Is there any way you could move on?
Amy.
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 Amy. Is that help, Amy? Is that someone called Amy that's trying to come through? Please elaborate on your messages. Like I said, guys, it's just a tool. Sometimes though it can be suspiciously relevant. It can be very coincidental, and sometimes it could be just a load of nonsense. I think it helps if you believe though, because it is a good tool. Let me just try one more thing. King Henry, or anybody else, let me hear your voice on this device. That sounded like help.
That phone.
It sounded like it said help. It just came up help on the other app. Okay guys, I'm not getting a whole lot of stuff on this, nothing that I can make out anyway, unless you guys have heard something that I haven't heard that could be quite relevant. Drop me a line in the comments below. So I'm heading back to the car now. I'm going to end this investigation here. I think it's been a fairly quiet one. I said that the last time and I was quite shocked at the disembodied voices that I got. I'm hoping that I get something like that this time as well. You never know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I absolutely love being in the woods. There is going to be more of the Canic Chase videos coming, but I've got some issues with the car at the moment, so I want to kind of stay local. Car's going in the garage on Thursday, and in a couple of weeks time it's got to go in for its MOT. So all being well, by the end of the month I might even chuck in the service, because that's due as well. So yeah, once all of that's done and the car's running nice and smooth again, I'll be back out with the old Canic Chase videos, as well as other places. There's still a few places I want to investigate, and also many other places as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're new, why not hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, give it a like, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Take care for now. Bye.